This service, as you can see, is called KOLEYNU, which means our voices. And this is, it comes from, I think, what is now a tradition in the synagogue, to have occasional alternative services. Normally, these alternative services happen when there is a multi-generational, intergenerational service or family service here, so that somebody is leading an alternative, more participatory, a bit less formal service in the John Rayner's room or somewhere else in the synagogue. But the idea of this service is to bring it here as well, and Friday night seems to be the best place for it. Because the service is called KOLEYNU, our voices, the idea is to sing together. This little melody or nigun will appear over and over during the service. So what we are learning now, what we will be learning now, will be useful throughout the entire service. Just repeat after me. I will sing the line and then you repeat after me. I'll sing it again. Not very hard, just yadadai, yadadai, dai, dai, dai. And let's try to sing together. Awkward, but one of my teachers, which happened to be a music teacher, not singing teacher, but music teacher, he used to say that a good singer is the one who can sing very loudly. So let's all be good singers today. First part, and this is the calm part. The second part goes like this. You can do it. So it goes up and then up and down. The first part again. Once again, first part. Second part. How it works, that it can be applied to any words. Once again. Second part. אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. It is nice to hear a melody that you know, right? And not necessarily to learn new. So this will be a combination, because it's the first time that we've done it in many months or maybe years. So this will might become a tradition or might not. So let's try, let's be open together, let's be open to this type of service. And there is always a dilemma for any service leader: how much introductions to give, how much explanations to give, because there is so much depth in every service and there is so much potentially to learn or to understand. But when you give too much words in between prayers, it interrupts the actual essence of what we're here for, of the spirituality and for the quiet contemplation of Shabbat. So I will do my best to keep the balance right, and it reminds me to stop talking now and actually begin this service, and I believe that Ariel will help us. Yes, please stand. And because it's the service of our voices, let's read the first paragraph all together. I will make you a light to the nations, that my salvation may reach to the ends of the earth. And these candles remind us of past generations of your people, who sought to live up to that ideal. So may we, in our day, strive to be a source of light to those around us.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You sanctify us by your commandments and enjoin us to kindle the Sabbath light.
And let's read together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'adlik ner Shabbat. Please be seated. Thank you, Ariel. Eternal God, your glory fills the universe. We are never beyond the touch of your hand. Yet we are grateful for special times and places which help us with help and company with others to reach out to you. Here, this hour, let us feel your nearness. Grant that we may hear your voice speaking in our hearts in a stillness of Sabbath peace as we turn to you. Each line will repeat twice. החמה מראש האילנות נסתלקה, בואו ונצא לקראת שבת המלכה. החמה מראש האילנות נסתלקה, בואי ונצא לקראת שבת המלכה. הנה הנה היא יורדת, הקדושה ברוכה. הנה הנה היא יורדת, הקדושה ברוכה. ועמה המלאכים, צבא שלום ומנוחה. בואי 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 המלכה. בואי 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 הכלה. שלום עליכם מלאכי השלום. שלום עליכם מלאכי מראש, החמה מראש, האילנות נסתלקה, בואי ונצא לקראת שבת המלכה. החמה מראש, האילנות נסתלקה, בואי ונצא לקראת שבת המלכה. And I've included some poetry into this service. So if you have the line of poetry, if you recognize the text that I've given you before this service, please lead the congregation in reading together. So let us read together. Speak Spanish. Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it?
The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished. Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat, abide. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time. Contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world this day. On this day, Shabbat, abide.
Dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 bnei Shabbat mikabbalat lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 bnei Shabbat mikabbalat Dondi likrat skala yadadai 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 bnei Shabbat nikabela lecha dondi likrat skala yadadai 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 bnei Shabbat nikabela Shamor וזכור ודיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתחילה לך דודי לקראת קלה ידדי 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 בני Shabbat נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ידדי 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 בני Shabbat נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במשכבת תחילה לך דודי לקראת קלה ידדי 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 בני Shabbat נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ידדי 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 בני Shabbat נקבלה יצוררי יצוררי קיבה אורך קומי אורי 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 שיר דברי כי רוצה אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ידדי 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 בני Shabbat נקבלה לך אדוני לקראת קלה ידדי בני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עצרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי כלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ידדי בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ידדי בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ידדי בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ידדי בני שבת נקבלה. Please stand. Adonai המבורך ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד לעולם Let's read together in English. We praise you, eternal one, sovereign of the universe, whose words brings on the evening, whose wisdom opens heaven's gates, whose words understanding changes times and seasons, and whose will sets the stars in their courses in the sky. You say day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light. You say day and night, and separate day from night. You rule the host of heaven. We praise you, O God, this evening fall. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Hamecha Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shorbeinu ufkumeinu nasiach bechukecha v'nishmach v'divrei toratecha ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בה, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, בשוכבך ובקומך, קשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. All this we hold to be true and sure. Please be seated. You alone, eternal one, are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You have freed us from oppressors and delivered us from tyrants. You led us out of Egypt forever to serve you in freedom. When we witnessed your power, we praised your name and gave thanks. Willingly we accepted your rule. Then full of joy we sang together. Mi chamocha Elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar bakodesh nora tehilot osef eleh Adonai imloch leolam vaed, leolam vaed, leolam vaed. Yedidai, yedidai, dai, 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 dai. Yedidai, yedidai, dai, dai, dai. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. This song is the addition or the second blessing that only added after Shema during the evening service. And the meaning of it, please help us lie down and wake up to the life renewed. And the idea, I think, is that during the evening, the time of changing, the time of change and transition, this liminal space, this time makes us feel a bit uncomfortable and vulnerable. And this is why we ask at this moment for protection, to cover us and to spread over us the shelter of peace and calmness. And Dan Nichols wrote this song based on this words of this prayer. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu Malkeinu Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu Malkeinu lechaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu Malkeinu lechaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Hamidenu Malkeinu lechaim. And the next poem is a preparation for Amidah, for the next part of our service. We will, as it was before, we will be led by one of us, but we will read it together. And it is, I think, a very thoughtful piece. They say this.
So we go and take certain steps as it prescribes from our lives. But do we really know of castles and kings? Like which closet causes peace, and the peace place is usually included. If the door opened to the real house, I'd probably forget and carry in the middle of groceries. No, the door we stand in front of when we that begins to silence. And when we open it and step through, we arrive in our hearts. Mine's not a fancy palace, no jewels, no throne, certainly not fit for a king. But in that small chamber, for just a few moments of the sun, God aligned and rolled up our sleeves, put some schnapps out on the table, sit down together, and finally talk. That's palace enough for me. Tell them I'm struggling to sing with angels, with hymns acting in black words printed on all paper, gold-edged by time. Tell them I rest on the mirror every morning. Tell them I seek your invisible in space, nose running, coffee cold in the mirror. Tell them I tell them everything, and everything's never enough. Tell them I'm awakening and voices rise out from within to start our children. Tell them I walk off into the woods to sing. Tell them I sing loudest next to the waterfalls. Tell them that the books get fewer, words go deeper, and some take months to get through. Tell them there are moments when it's all perfect, above and below, it's perfect, even in moments in between where sparks in space. Careful, beautiful sparks in space. I'm nearly in the universe, but a void between one core and another.
We'll repeat it a couple of times until you all learn it. Adonai, Adonai, שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד תהילתך, Adonai, שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד תהילתך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה, אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מזריח השמש ומוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים, קדוש אתה ונורא שמך, ואין לנו אלוה מבלעדיך. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. We thank you, O God, for this Sabbath day, which calls us to a closer communion with you. Though you're near to us at all times, you reveal your presence most clearly when we direct our thoughts towards you in worship and meditation. In you, O God, our humanity is exalted. You are our life. From you cometh greatness, its power, its beauty. Establish in us, we humbly pray, a devotion to you that shall be firm in all the circumstances of life. May this service renew in our hearts the sense of your presence and bring us peace. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נחש. Our God and God of our ancestors, may our rest on this day be pleasing in your sight. Sanctify us by your commandments, make us loyal to your teaching, satisfy us with your goodness, gladden us with your salvation, and purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Eternal One, let the holiness of your Sabbath enter our hearts, and may all Israel who hallow your name be exalted by its peace. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of the Sabbath. And let's continue until the end of Amidah, until the last blessing, in silence. I will just read the last verses, the Chatimah, the closing blessing of each. ברוך אתה אדוני שעודך לבדך ביראה נעבוד. ברוך אתה אדוני, הטוב שמך ולך נאה להודות.
ישראל עמך תשים לעולם שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני עושה השלום. שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל בני האדם.
Normally, at this place in the service, at this time in the service, there is a Dvar Torah. It's a KOLEYNU service. That means that everything needs to be shared, and the idea is to bring our voices together and to share our thoughts. And the best way to do it is around the table, maybe with a glass of water and some snacks. So this is why Rabbi Alex and Tiana, I understand, will lead a little discussion around this week's Torah portion, and especially the moment when we can't see something obvious in front of our eyes. But just so that this time would be used at least to some extent. The KABBALAT Shabbat, this is the name of evening service on Friday night. But in fact, the service is named after a particular section in the Friday evening service. And this is a selection of psalms that's called KABBALAT Shabbat. And the structure goes this way. There are 6 psalms, followed by normally Lechadodi. This is a song when we welcome Shabbat. And then following by the 7th psalm, which has a special name, the Psalm of the Sabbath day, Mizmor Shil Leyom HaShabbat. So what is it that we have in our lives that is 6 followed by separate, different Shabbat? It's days of the week. So, and many people use these 6 psalms to remind ourselves how our week went. Because we, especially today, we live in such a busy time that sometimes it's hard to remember what happened this morning, let alone what happened a week ago. So the tradition is to name days of the week, beginning from last Shabbat, last Saturday, and then Sunday, Monday, and so on, and until today, Friday, and to spend this time just to remember what you did, how your week went, and try to remember the details of it. So I'm going to play the nigun, and from time to time I will name days of the week. So try to remember what happened there. You don't need to share it with anybody. Let's begin with last Shabbat, a week ago. Sunday. Monday. Please stand if you can. Einot, 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 Einot. Echo me. Einot, Einot, Einot,
Einot, Einot, Einot, Einot, Einot, Einot. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, אשר שם חלקנו לייחד את שמו, וגורלנו להמליך מלכותו. Einot, 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 Einot. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, מושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגוב המרומים, הוא אלוהינו. Einot, 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 Einot. אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, ידעת היום והשבו אותה אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת. Einot, 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 Einot. ואנחנו קוראים ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Jewish poet, Jewish Hungarian poet, Hannah Senesh once wrote, יש כוכבים שאורם מגיע ארצה. There are stars up above, so far away that we can only see their light long after the star itself is gone. And so it is that with people that we love, their memory keeps shining ever brightly, although their time with us is done. And at the end of each service, there is a moment to remember the lives of those who died in this time of the year in the past. And as a community, we remember especially the lives of Estelle Asserman, Rita Benson, Henry Carr, Hugh Cohen, Michael and Jane Frampton, Malcolm Goldman, Alistair Helbron, Samuel Howe, Thelma Hurwitz, Louis and Doreen Lowenthal, John Marshall, Jack Barnett Myers, Brandon Nathanson, Jackie and Joel Pinto, Julia and Anthony Poole, and Bernard Simon. If you have any other names you would like to mention now, please do so out loud or in your heart. Zichronam livracha, may their memory be for a blessing for us and many generations after us. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועל מה דברך ירותה וימליך מלכותה, בחייכון וביומכון, חיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריף ואמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו,
לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו, יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל בני אדם, ואמרו אמן. Please be seated. Well, first of all, thank you for your trust, and thank you for joining in, even if some of the tunes were not very familiar. I think the more we do this, the more familiar it becomes. And I don't really know how it was for those online, because here I don't know about you, but I enjoyed it. I think it was a lovely atmosphere, and I hope that it's also spread for those who are watching or participating online. There is only one announcement of the upcoming event. In the middle of the summer, on the 12th of August, there will be a commemoration or marking of Tish B'Av, the 9th of Hebrew month Av, which is traditionally associated with a day of collective mourning for many. It is connected with linked with many historical misfortunes of Jewish people, beginning with the destruction of both the first and second temple, and then the list goes on. There's a quite a long list of many tragedies for our people. And this year it has a additional meaning of what's happening in Israel and Gaza, and many synagogues are collaborating and joining in together for this night of reflection. And the principal of Leobeck College, the rabbinic school in this country, Rabbi Dr. Deborah Harris, will give a talk about the Book of Lamentations as a paradigm for witnessing acts of terror. And as well as there will be a chanting of Eicha, of the Book of Lamentations, which is surprisingly poignant in our life this year. And then there will be a chance to reflect on what it is that we are living through in this year. So there will be a registration link at some point in Shalom LJS, in our weekly or bi-weekly news, or twice weekly newsletter. So please register. And after the service, please join us for light snacks and Onek Shabbat, discussion and conversation around the topic of this week's parasha, of this week's Torah portion. We conclude our service with the Song of Peace, and I remember when I first heard this song. It struck me that it is probably one of the very few songs that is appropriate for synagogue service that has Arabic in it as well. The word salam, which is the equivalent of the word shalom in Hebrew. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam. Salam, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. סלאם עלינו ועל כל העולם. סלאם, סלאם, סלאם עלינו ועל כל העולם. סלאם, סלאם. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. Peace will come upon us and upon everyone. Peace. Peace upon us and upon the entire world. And let us say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom.